just want to welcome y'all back. It's the Next Level Living Podcast, rated #1 podcast amongst anybody who likes podcasts.
Facts.
It's your favorite podcast.
Yep.
It's that type of podcast. And today, we want y'all to know that we got something special for y'all. Like we promised y'all we was going to have our balls. Well, our balls. Okay. Next Level Nick back. And y'all, we are standing on that promise. But first, let me introduce my co-host, K-Hart.
How you feeling?
No. See, you done messed it up. I see you in these neutral colors, okay? I ain't never seen the brown and green on you like this. I see you. Come through.
Come through, Hershey and Olive.
Okay. I think it's giving. It's giving. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You feeling real good?
So good. I'm so excited to have Nicole on.
This is the one.
We have been waiting for this moment for so long. You know how long we've been saying we're going to have her on?
Too long.
But the wait is over.
The wait is over.
And so, welcome.
For sure.
Thank you. Oh.
And thank you for introducing her before Jeremy, because Jeremy's going to be on the show too.
Well,
Hey, I'm just glad to be here. You know what I'm saying? No, let me tell you something. So Nicole, for those of you all that saw, previous episodes when she kind of shared about her experience in South Africa, we already told y'all that we was going to have her come in the following week or so. And so we're glad to have you. Nicole is our chief operating officer, so she running them suckers. So really, when you said she's our boss, like, bro, she be bossing me around. She tell me what to do too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like
and
that.
We get it done.
Oh, I got a question about that. How does that feel?
Okay, all right,
I've always wanted to
There
tell
you
you
go.
what to do. Jay, shut up.
There you go.
All right, cut it real quick for her not be employed next week. No. When I said shut up, I said anything that is not like God, we will shut up.
There we go.
Well, I would never talk to you like that. That's crazy.
My boy.
he could see this episode.
What?
Yeah. So, moving on.
Be mature.
Nicole Star Crumpler.
Yes.
Hey!
AKA Next Level Nick.
Hey! I love it.
But BKA what?
Better known.
No.
Yeah.
Which African name?
Ooh.
We're going with that one.
Okay, wait, we gotta run that
Ooh,
back. I can't
I
can't miss that
Better
alley.
known
I can't. Better known as Nkosa Sana,
There you go.
AKA what?
the Woman King.
Let's go.
That's what we naming this episode.
The Woman King.
The Woman King.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Boy, hey, that's God in you. I felt that. Okay, let's talk
Viola, can we just have that name for just this episode?
Just this episode.
Thank you.
Just this episode.
But it's been a long time coming.
It has.
And Jeremy shared some of your story, like with us about how you even got started. But like for you on your side, in that moment when you decided to join the Next Level family, what was going through your head?
A lot. A whole lot. I'll take you back a couple paces.
Please.
So, my family moved here from Bermuda in 2019, right? Big move. We had been born and raised in Bermuda, been there all my life, had a great job, career was booming, family was good. But we always knew at some point we would come back to the States, right? So Crumpler's like, babe, we're going back. And I'm just like, yeah, sure. Like everything is good right now. Like we're going back now.
And for those that don't know, Crumpler is my brother Chris Crumpler, Coach Crump, aka the King Coach.
King Coach.
He was on a previous episode. So yeah.
And you know
continue
what?
on.
I just realized why me and Crump are so cool.
Cause y'all both give me a hard time?
That too. That's a bonus.
Okay.
That's just a little spring. That's just a little dip on it. You know what I'm saying? But the King Coach is KC, bro. And you know KC is in me, bro. He the King Coach,
That's deep.
bro.
I thought you was...
Now, it ain't about what you thought.
It's okay.
It's about what God did.
Yeah.
I want y'all to know
Yeah.
right now. So it's just about
Yeah.
what God is doing.
I promise you, Nick, we're gonna
So
put the
why is
focus on
KC
you,
in the
Nick.
Bermuda?
Okay, yeah, we're going to put the
Why is
focus
KC
for
important?
sure. Now, it doesn't matter because it's already passed. What we want to do is shine a light on you. Now, Bermuda is not Bahamas.
Nope.
Bermuda is not Barbados.
Correct.
Bermuda is its own entity. Tell us something special about Bermuda and why it was so hard for you to leave that place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bermuda is the jam of the Atlantic, right? It is my home. It's my birthplace. It is where all my friends, all my family are. So Bermuda's special to me. for all intents and purposes. Like that's everything I knew. So to leave that was a huge decision, So when Crump was like, babe, we'll go. And I'm like, all right, it's time. Like, let's go. Right. So we got over here. I stopped working. I didn't want to jump right back into work right away. So I wanted to make sure the family was well adjusted. So took some time off. I coined myself a domestic engineer. That was just like my fancy way of saying I'm at home, just kind of taking care of him. So I did that for a minute. And then I started doing some part-time work. It was time to kind of get back into it. And some things started happening, landed a great job. Like Bay and I, we were just like, yep, we're good to go back to work, back in the finance world. I'm a CPA by trade, right? And then we went to dinner. Bay was like, oh, we're going to dinner with Jeremy and Tracy. So I was like, all right, bet. Hadn't seen them for a while. It'd be good to get together. So we get together. And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jay.
So before that, we have our conference.
Oh, how could I miss the conference?
I got you. We had our conference. This is the one at the Loudermilk downtown. Okay. 2021. Yep. They come. I see Crump registers for the conference, and I'm looking at.
No, Jay. Registers how?
Like he actually paid to come to the conference.
But there's two different types of tickets.
And he paid for VIP.
Okay. Bro, that's a different price.
Now, this is my dog, bro. I've been my brother for the last 12 years on the prayer line, praying together every morning. I'm like, bro, if anybody can call me and be like, yo, I'm thinking about pulling up, it's you. He's like, bro, I just want to sow a seed. So you know me, I'm like, I'm trying to over-bless. So I'm like, well, Nick needs to come as well. And this is before we made it custom to spouses come for free. I was like, so he invited Babe, Nick, that's what we call Babe. Him and Nick came and kind of just got to experience what we were trying to build or what we built. But they also saw the struggle that me and Tracy would. So I had to just put that part out there because it was a lot on us. Right. We didn't have the massive team we have now a year and a half ago. And so after that, we decided to go to dinner.
Yeah, but that conference, that's a very important piece because it was a conference for speakers, right? So I'm just thinking, I'm just going to support Bay. Yeah. This is not really for me, but I rock with Bay. So you want to go? I want to go. So we're there and, I'm sitting next to him and we're listening to everything that's coming from the stage. That was my first next level experience. There's something special. You all know, like we all know something special about our conferences. So that was the time me kind of being in the audience. And I'm just like, whoo, like this is different. You know what I mean? Like I thought I was just coming to support Crump, but I'm in the audience like, oh, hey God, this might be for me. You know what I mean? Like this is speaking to my heart so much so at one point I had to get up and leave because of overwhelm. So I'm in the bathroom in tears.
Wow. At the conference.
Wow. In tears. I walk out of the stall. Shout out to Ty Douglas. Bobby, his wife, was in there. It's funny how God just sends people. You know what I mean? I come out, she was there, she embraces me, and we're just like chopping it up, but vulnerable. Like I'm telling exactly what I'm thinking about in that moment.
And of all people, tell them where Bobby's from.
Bobby is from Bermuda.
Let's go.
Bobby is from Bermuda.
Thank you for bringing that to light, Jay. Like
I got you,
it feels like every time someone gets on this couch and they start talking about next level living, they start talking about God doing something. It's something very specific. Very specific. We had a duo on Diani, and she was talking about how she came in contact with Jeremy. We're just walking across the street. And so after months of trying to reach out and be a service, and it's just like God just keeps sprinkling these moments when we're ready for them. So tell us more about your thing. I'm just excited.
So and for it to be Bobby, it could have been anybody in the bathroom at that moment. So I've just left him, just came over here, and who does God bring me? Somebody from him. Right? Somebody from him to embrace me. Right? Somebody from him to speak life. In a moment when I'm vulnerable and I'm telling them about how I miss him and how I feel like, I'm trying to figure things out and don't really know what's going on. Not realizing God is orchestrating all of this in the background, like working it all out for me, right? In the moment, you don't really know it. You're just kind of going through, but there's the awareness now of, oh God, I see what you were doing, right? So Bobby's there, we have this moment at conference. So yes, fast forward to dinner. So now, I feel like I'm kind of getting my groove. I got the job. I'm working. Everything's good on the fast
And
track.
it's a phenomenal job.
It is a
They really value
phenomenal
Black
job.
women.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Oh yeah, value Black women. Big on taking care of the staff. They mandate that you take off. I think it was like the 4th of July, the whole week. Christmas, the whole week, the whole office shuts down because their whole thing is if they take care of their staff, they know the staff will take care of them, right? So great job, right? So we're at dinner, and of course, I'm telling Jeremy and Tracy about this great opportunity that I just ran up on and how I'm loving it.
I'm like, praise God.
Yes. And then they're telling us about some of the challenges that that they've been having and where they kind of need some help with next level. And I'm sitting there, right? And I'm not really feeling well, right? And later, I was saying to Crump, I was like, I don't know if my stomach was bubbling because I'm thinking I wasn't feeling well, or if
So
there was just
you were fine before you came to dinner.
I was fine the entire day. So that whole day when we were going to dinner, I'm at work on my laptop, completely fine.
We are one of the best steakhouses in Atlanta.
Completely fine.
It's a vibe.
Get to dinner. I can't eat. Wow. Like I'm there eating the bread, like eating a roll, because you know how sometimes you feel so ill, so smells make you queasy. Mm-hmm. Like it was that type of feeling. So I was like, I'm not really feeling that good. So I'm just gonna eat this roll and maybe have a little bit of salad and water. But that's it. I think I even got up to go upstairs to TMI. To the bathroom?
Oh yeah, like 3 times. Oh. But go ahead. Yeah.
TMI, babe? No.
No. Heck no. You on the couch. You on the couch. Heck no.
We keep it real on the couch.
All right. So we didn't know what type of bubble it was. Couch. You know that type of stomach bubble.
Absolutely.
Like what type of bubble is that?
Bubble in the jungle.
Yeah.
Wait, I had a flashback.
What kind of bubble is that?
Oh, my stomach bubbling. Lord have mercy.
Wait a minute. I just had a flashback because you told this story too. And we were talking about her bubbling. And you were like, don't talk about Nick. But now she's giving us all the details.
See, because she a real one. She a real one. See, Crump knew his wife, but I'm protecting my sister. I'm like, let her tell it.
Yes.
But he knew she could handle it, and she came with the real. There we go.
Yeah.
So continue on.
Yeah. So so we have dinner. We walk away from it, but something didn't leave me. Mm-hmm. Right. So I think the next day, babe was like, I'm going up to Jeremy's, the filming a podcast. I just want, go ahead, jump in there, Jay. Get it, jump.
I need to know where my mind was. So as you're talking about the company and how they value Black women and the paid vacations and unlimited, and it's like, I'm just sitting here thinking like, that's phenomenal. Yeah. I'm super happy for you. Yeah. When you said they really like support like Black women, like I was just like, that's rare. Yeah. So I was really happy. But on the inside, my lip was poked out because I'm thinking like, man, we trying to find somebody too, you know what I'm saying? And we had hired a firm to find, I was like, man, bump ZipRecruiter, Indeed, I'm about to hire a company to find somebody. And me and Tracy were actively in the hunt looking for a chief operating officer. So as you're talking about this, I'm just praying like, man, God, you have someone for us. So the whole time you're talking about how dope of experience you have, I'm thinking like, man, how can we get someone that's hella qualified like Nick? So go ahead.
Yeah. So when Crump's on his drive, he says to me, he's like, bae, you heard what Jeremy and Tracy were talking about
the next day. Oh,
last night?
To the podcast.
Yes, he came to the podcast. I was like, in my mind, because I already know where he's going.
Yeah.
Yes, bae. So he was like, this me on the other end of the phone line. Like this. So he's like, babe, I'm going to say something to Jeremy. I'm like, I'm like, babe, no. Like, you don't.
I'm good right now.
I'm good.
It's a wonderful
Like, you don't do that. Like, you
don't disturb the peace, babe.
You don't have to do that. I already knew, right? Long story short, we're going to fast track it, right? So I went through the process, like no shortcuts, right?
Yeah, he came in and was telling me, like, bro, she's phenomenal. She's this, she's that. I'm like, I'll take your word for it.
But she's got to go through the process.
Tracy.
Right, yeah.
Talk to Tracy. Tracy's like, okay, great. Have her go through the process.
Go through the process.
Yep.
So it was legit, like no shortcuts, not because I know you, I'm going to give you this position. Like we need to make sure because it's so important.
Oh, that's delicate. Very
like
important
what they needed, it was so, it can't just be, because you're Crump's wife.
We knew we needed this position filled for 2 years.
Yeah.
For 2 years. we knew we needed someone, and nothing just really hit. And it was too important to just put anybody there. Yep. And me and Tracy were just never in one accord. She might be like, I think this. I'm like, I'm not feeling that person. Or I might feel like, man, this person here used to run a cancer treatment center. 8 doctors reporting to this person. Like, Tracy's like, it's something off. And I'm just like, bet. It's got to be easy. And then,
Yeah, so went through the whole interview process, had to give my resume. What we did, two or three interviews? Like,
I want to hear about from the first interview to that next
that
interview.
one that didn't hit. That one that did. Because Nick,
the first one was like,
I'm going to let you give your interpretation.
because we know, Nick, you don't, right? But that's the only time I've ever heard flack on your name. And I was just like, I want to know what happened. Like, I ain't never heard her resume be tarnished. Like, what are y'all talking about? She didn't show up.
How was the first interview,
How was
Nick?
that first interview, Nick? And what was you thinking?
Right. Were you still thinking about the other job? Like, what? Tell us.
So here's the thing. I don't do a good job selling myself. Right? Like when it gets to a point where I have to toot my own horn, I'm just like, right? So in a position where if I don't tell you, you don't know, there's certain times where you have to let people know who you are. Or you can miss an opportunity, which is what I almost did. Right? Because I didn't really put myself out there how I should have.
She was playing small. She was being very humble.
Yeah.
And I left the interview, I wasn't impressed. I was like, she's a good person. Sounds like she's a good professional. But I wasn't overly impressed. And I remember talking to Crump, and he was like, don't worry, I'll take care of that. I practically was like, tell her to talk her you know what I'm saying? Like, I want all the smoke. And so I was just like, so we had one more interview, and then I had Dewan on. Y'all know we had Dewan. You see this thing full circle? Maybe a month or so ago, we had Dewan on because he's like our mentalist. He works with all of our employees. I had him on, and let me just say, within the first 5 minutes, he's texting me and is like, I've heard enough.
Okay. But what I want to get to is what was the process between the first interview and the second one? Because people go through this all the time. People don't know how to sell themselves like that. Right. What did you do to prepare for the second interview?
My coach. Shout out to Coach Crump.
Hey.
You know, Bay gave me that pep talk. He was like, that second interview, I need you to talk spicy.
That's the move.
He was like, no more being Bay, like you have to do what you do. So Bay gassed me. So it came time for that second interview. I was ready to go.
I mean, she was in a stunt like, yep, I know how to effectively manage millions. Like, I know how to do this and that. I work directly with the CEO. There were certain events he had where he would send me to go and speak on his behalf and close deals. I was like, okay, let's go. Night and day.
Bro, but ain't that crazy that the thing that almost didn't qualify her was her inability to speak on herself? She's so service-oriented. She needed a pep talk only to speak about how powerful she was. Right. Like, the woman king is so busy serving her people, she forgot to tell y'all she was royalty. And the king coach came in and was like, babe,
let them know who you are.
Don't let me be walking in here with just my crown on.
Put that crown on, right.
Go get your crown, adjust it, and go back in there and let them know who you were. And you said once you came back, this is what's crazy. This is so dope, y'all. He never told you to change anything about you. He never told you to, babe, maybe you can tell him this and it'll make him feel away. He never told you to do anything different about being yourself. He just told you to tell him. Just let him know who you are. Somebody out there.
Come on.
Y'all don't remember who you are and you're settling in life right now. It's the beginning of 2023 and you're still settling because your whole life you've never seen an example that you're royalty. I want to empower you and encourage you to put your crown on. I want you to step forward in the next day and say, I can abstain from pornography. I can be a faithful spouse. I can be everything that God has called me to be. I can do my best in school. I can make that call and send that DM to that person I've never met and ask them to pray for me. I can reach out to the podcast and I can make it a commitment to follow this podcast every week for encouragement, even though no one else in my family listens to stuff like this. You can be a difference maker and you already are who you're praying for. You just got to step in that. We going right back. I just love, because we all can relate to that.
Yeah, seriously.
God has called all of us, man. This is amazing. Jay,
we hire Nick. I talked to Tiffany, Tracy, Dewan, some others. It was clear. We looked at her DISC, personality assessment, values, attributes, the whole profile. We was like, this is it. We made your offer. We went. We finalized things. And how's your experience been? It's about the first year.
I knew my assignment was to take care of Jay and Tracy, right? They have spent so much time and given so much to this, to next level, right? So much so that at one point Tracy's health was even in jeopardy, right? So I knew coming into it how important the role was. So there is no greater honor, right? To be able to take a weight off of you, to take a weight off of Tracy because of the importance of what they're building. You know, like next level is changing lives, right? Our lives, other people's lives. So this has been incredible. You know, Jay has the vision and he has trusted me to execute that. I don't know if people understand how big that is. You know, it's a huge responsibility. So saying yes to next level changed my life. Changed my life. So there's nothing else I would rather be doing. No place that I would rather be. Nobody else who I want to serve with. You understand?
You know, from my point of view, I really, you know, again, Tracy and I were looking for someone. We're looking for you for 2 years. And y'all know one of my favorite scriptures, probably number 3, because it really shows the heart of God, is Ephesians 3:20. You know, now unto him who was able to do, which is God, exceedingly and abundantly more than you can ask or think. So for the longest, everybody knows, shout out to the big homie E.T. You know, he's got his right-hand man, his man that can take the mission, execute the mission. So he's been telling me for years, you got to find your CJ. You got to find that person you can lean on, that can run things, that can drive the ship. And because God loves me and Tracy so much, y'all know I often say delayed is not denied. So though for years we were looking for someone in that role, God really gave us not just a person, he gave us a household. Like he gave us a team. And what we didn't share, and I feel it's important to share, is Crump, my brother, her husband, came to my house. We had a Father's Day brunch. And he told me after everybody left, he's like, bro, I don't know what it is, but we're supposed to be working together. He's like, Chris, he's like, I can't shake it, but we're supposed to, I don't know. And for me, I was just like, I mean, all right. But I'm like, bro, you got your own successful business. You making money. Like, I don't really see, you know, but he was just like, I can't shake it. And so later we thought, oh, it wasn't me. It was for Nick. But then after our one mastermind, and I saw how he served there, I was like, whoa, it's both of y'all. And so it's like a package deal. So now he's the director over our Speakers Academy, our elite, and he sits on our executive board and helping with a nonprofit now. Like, they the second family of Next Level. You feel me? And so just to see the totality of how God didn't just bless us with you, but it was and then it couldn't be a better fit.
So Jay, Jay, you the boss man, and I love you, but I need to put you on the spot. I'm not done talking to Nick, and I don't know how long it's gonna be before she come back because we got a lot of stuff to go through this year. We can close this out in 4 minutes, and the people can just be grateful what God gave them, or we can part two this thing up, and we can really just like take our time. I don't know when we'll see her again, bro.
Let's go.
And she just
Well, we will see her again, but let's keep flowing.
Thank you, bro, because I feel myself about to rush some stuff.
Let's go.
I appreciate that, man. Nick, like you said, this changed your life.
Oh, for sure.
How have you seen the difference in what we don't see as a result of Next Level Living? Meaning your children, your family. You didn't just leave Bermuda. They left their safe place. Y'all trusted Crump to come over to a foreign place. And yeah, y'all may visit, but y'all wasn't living over here. Right. You're not just taking you and him away from you. You're taking the ones that you love most away from their comfort zone. How has this impacted your family?
For the better. Because but here's the thing, and Chris has shared this story, when he talked about, babe, we have to go, I questioned it. Yeah. I questioned him. But my question to him was, who told you? Because while I might question you, I don't question the God you serve. You feel me? So when he was like, so my question to him one time, I was like, babe, God told you that, right? Like, God definitely, you heard, because I know you talk to God.
Yeah.
I know you have,
right? Not yours, right?
Big G or little G?
And that was all I needed.
Yeah. And to reiterate or to even level that up, when we had Crump on the episode, he boldly said, when he hears clearly from God, he's not looking for your support or understanding in that moment.
Right.
He said when God tells him to do something, he said he knows, because he even broke down what a prayer meant to him, and that stuck with me.
Yeah.
He said for him, he said when he told Jay about it, Jay said, oh yeah, let's pray about it. He said prayer means something different to me. He said prayer for me means I need to invest in what God has told me to do. I need to sow a seed so that when God chooses to bless me, he can bless me according to me being faithful to what he called me to do immediately. Yeah. And so that's the reason for him actually paying for VIP in the conference. Yeah. He knows his relationship with Jay.
For sure.
He's not ill to the fact that he got favors, he got calls he can make, but he felt called to do that. And I'm sure he also felt called to do that. So even with you questioning him, I am so grateful that you respect your husband enough to appreciate his relationship with God, to not question that. That is so deep.
And if I can shout out, that's good, Mike, you all's faithfulness. Let me tell you what it did. Can I just speak to the people out here that's watching this podcast? Shout out to all of our Next Levelers on YouTube and everybody that's listening. There are some of you in your heart, you kind of feel like, man, I wish I would have got that opportunity, or man, I wish that would have come. But are you willing to give up what they gave up? Like, this my dog. He could have been like, hey, bro, I'm coming to the conference. He's like, nope, I'm sowing a seed, 1,000, 1,500, whatever it was, right? It's like, he had a very lucrative business, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. He was like, I'm about to stop that. Nick, making great money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about like hundreds of thousands of dollars, like, and was just like, you know what? Come on, y'all. We talking about sacrifice. They was willing to walk away from. So when you see us in Italy, on the boat together, don't be envious, because was you willing to give that up? When you see us in South Africa, staying at the best places. Come on, Leonardo. Like the best places in South Africa, the best places in Johannesburg. We stayed in Sandton City, which is the richest square mile in all of Africa.
Adjust your crown, Jay.
I gave our people the best there. We stayed in a 10,000 square foot villa with a private chef, with 3 housekeepers, and a house manager. The best for my people, because they gave up a lot. And so I just need, for those listening, I need y'all to be encouraged, but not just at her resume of her heart. Not just at Crump, like saying, I would like to work with you. No, I'm going to make the sacrifices. I'm going to be in tune with what, I'm not quite sure with what God is saying. I'm going to just let you know, Jay, God is saying we're supposed to be doing something together. And I feel like that type of mindset is what happened. So now me and Tracy, like, shoot, we finna cash them out. We finna bless them. We got some other stuff in store for y'all. We ain't even told y'all yet, right? Because of how they've changed our lives. So I just had to highlight that part right there, because people see where folks are, but they don't always see what it takes to get there.
I love it. So y'all, with that, listen to me. we just stay tuned for next week because it's gonna be a part 2 coming.
Oh.
I'm telling y'all right now, I'm ending this episode right now because I don't even want y'all to miss out on what we got coming up for y'all next week. Stay tuned. We got Nick coming up next week, y'all. And y'all saw it happen here live on the podcast. I had to get uncomfortable and ask my boss to stretch this episode, okay? Because I know what value she gives us, but I need y'all to be able to just appreciate even more what God has blessed us with Next Level Lit.
Yeah, it's okay.
This is really hard to say. Okay, so I'm telling you right. I'm telling you right now.
That boy got that fat tongue. Yeah. We'll see y'all next week. Put on me. We'll see y'all next week.
He dirty.
I'm on another level.
So I went from doing okay to now doing $500,000 a year from speaking and writing, and it's been awesome for me thus far.
One gig, $18,000. Jeremy showed me what was possible.
The whole origins of our Next Level Speakers Elite program came from members of the Academy saying, yo, Jeremy, yo, E.T., we need more. We want to travel with you guys. We need help with our marketing and our branding and our website. We want to be on stage with you guys. Like, we created this elite program for people who wanted more.
It's not about you are an elite speaker or, you see yourself one day being #1 in the world. No, it's you have an affinity for being elite. It's about understanding that excellence is the bare minimum and everything you do has to be elite. That's what the Next Level is about.
I can, I will, I must.
So when I think about our elite community, like, it's not just me and ET's goal to give you game. Like, we're gonna give you game, we're gonna give you resources, we're gonna have masterminds here in Atlanta and in different islands. Like, we're gonna provide you these marketing and branding services. We're gonna do that. But it's also me and ET's responsibility to put you in the best light, to have you looking so good out here where organizations view you as a top professional speaker.
We're going to make sure that your brand looks as good as our brand, and the resources that we have, we're going to lend those resources to you.
When I look at the full scope of what our Speakers Elite program entails, it's more than just the stages we put you on.
I'm so thankful to the Next Level Elite speaker community for opening up this door. When they say they offer next value and the next level experience, they really do. And so huge thank you to Jeremy and his team for opening up this opportunity to speak here at TEDx in Miami.
It's more than just the photos that our team will capture and produce for you. It's more than just the custom speakers reel we'll create and the website and branding. It's more than that. It's like a high-level inner circle, right? A community of people who are all like-minded, pursuing the next level. Man, in a nutshell, we're really a family.
I spent thousands of dollars trying to find my place. It wasn't until I got here that I found home, and I own it. You can't put a price on what y'all doing here.
I just feel like I finally have a real family.
People ask all the time, okay, I make this type of investment, will I get my money back? Can I just be honest? You owe you, okay? You owe you. So we can't guarantee you engagements. But what we can guarantee you is you will be engaged. So you're going to have an opportunity to be with me. You're going to have an opportunity to travel with Jeremy. You are going to literally get an opportunity to shadow us. So you'll be at the gig, you'll meet, the individuals that are responsible, event planners, the CEO or the COO or the director, who's ever there. You're gonna understand philosophically what it takes to do this work. So I don't wanna just give you game in terms of what you need to do to become the best version of yourself as a communicator that you can be. I wanna put you in the game.
What makes our Next Level Speakers Elite program so interesting is we're a very diverse group of people. Some are men and women who are pastors and engineers. Some are teachers, some are entrepreneurs, some are doctor this and doctor that. Many of them are retired professional athletes, but we all have one thing in common. They're all serious about dominating in the speaking space. The only question you gotta ask yourself is, are you ready to go to the next level and become an elite speaker?
You know, don't think about it as spending money. Think about it as an investment. And don't ask yourself, you know, can I afford it? Yo, I want you to say to yourself, I cannot not afford to make the investment and do what I have to do for myself, for my family, and for my legacy.
It's probably one of the realest programs you're gonna ever get into. I've been into other programs. They trash. I'll tell the truth, they trash. Man, you giving us a chance to do to practice what God gave us on stage? Yo, man, he said it right. It's priceless.
I've never been a part of a program like this that is a one-stop shop. I'm talking about EPKs, your website, the curriculum, all the information that you need, templates, everything that you need to take your speaking game to the next level and do what I was able to do in such a short period of time and go full-time as a motivational speaker, doing the thing that I love the most. If you are not a part of this program, you do not know what you're missing. You do not want to miss out on this opportunity. I'll see you on the next level.
It's your boy E.T. I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to teach you. And more importantly, I can't wait to sit back and watch you blow up and change the world.